in relation to how I knew I was supposed to conduct myself, we were blessed. When I backslid from that, when I deviated, that's when battles were lost. That's when the struggles became real. That's when the peace was removed. And so we have to, if we want to take a bold stand, and we need to recognize that, first of all, that we have a God of justice. That the Most High is just, that He loves liberty, that He instills liberty in all of us, that we were born free in that sense, until we get the birth certificates, of course. But that's what His role, or that's what his desire was for us, and that we need to rely on Him, but we need to live in obedience to Him to the best of our knowledge if we want the blessings of the Most High to be poured out upon us. If we don't see the whole nation turn around, right? And it's easy to point the finger and say, oh, take a look at what's taking place right now over the last month or whatever, that look at the evil that's happening there, and we're looking at it and thinking that God grades on a curve, then we're never going to correct what's in us, and we are the only ones that we can change. And then within our circle of influence, we can begin to change more and more and more as we live that example. But mass non-compliance is not going to be the solution, because here's the issue. You've probably all seen that game board meme where all these peasants are bent over like this, and the game board's on their backs, and then you have all these elites sitting around playing. And the meme is, what would happen if we all stood up? Well, it's simple. They would exploit our dependencies on them. We would begin to discover how hopelessly enslaved that we are, that we have no control, most of us, over the heat that comes into our home, the fuel that goes into our cars that allows for us to be, to transport, right, to engage in transportation, and where our food supply comes from. Most of us have no control over that, which means that they have control over numerous necessaries of life. So if everybody stood up at once right now, they would stop something from coming in where you're no longer concerned about liberty, you're concerned about survival. And when you're in survival mode, that's when everything goes down the tube. And so this is where we have to make sure that we're being led through all of this. And that's a kind of a side series in relation to everything that you saw here, that over the last number of years, I have consulted with numerous groups, hundreds of people across North America, in establishing community, becoming self-sufficient, becoming prepared, and learning to love one another and work together, right? And that's part of the solution here. Because first of all, even if nothing changes in the world, and that we're secure in this way, it's a way better way of life anyways, by doing that. Way less stressful, way less strain on the family, way less strain on the mothers that are rearing up the children, and while the father's going and working, because all of a sudden you have support around you. It's a beautiful thing, and I've experienced it. I've lived 2 years in community. But it's important for us to sever those dependencies so that they can't leverage that against us, so that we can heat our home without them, that we are providing our own food that's way healthier anyways. It's providing us with the nutrients that we need so we can thrive and rise up and become the warriors that we are made to be, right? So there's obviously a lot more to this, but we have to be the change. And I'll misquote Gandhi here. Be the change that you want to see in the world, because he never said that. He said it way better.